Hello and welcome to Introductory Nursing Skills and 1542. As we don't have a tutorial class the first week, I wanted to jump on here and just get you familiar with the course and the course Blackboard site so that you knew exactly what was expected as we move forward with this course. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about this course in week 2, so please write them down and bring them to class with you. So hello, my name is Stephanie Athill, and I'm going to be the professor with you in the tutorial portion of this course, and that will be on Mondays, okay? And then the other portion of this course is really your lab component, and you will have either Elizabeth or Katie on Thursdays in the morning or in the evening, depending on your schedule. So what I'm going to walk you through here first, it really is just a little bit about the syllabus, and then we'll jump over to the course Blackboard site just to help you navigate through. So this is the first page. If we scroll down to the second page of the syllabus, this is where the really important information starts. Okay, so this really is our weekly schedule. And what you will see here is there's week. Okay, so this corresponds to the week in the term that we're in. There's the unit of study. And so the unit of study really refers to what we're doing in the tutorial portion of this course on the Mondays. Okay, so as you follow through the unit of study, it will let you know what content or topic we're going to be talking about in the Monday class, as well as what modules you need to cover and look for in the online Blackboard site to be able to prepare for your lab and for your class. Okay. So like you can see for this week, it's an introduction to the course. There's an online video that you need to watch, which is the one that you're watching now. Okay, there's also an online video in the module, and the module that you need to complete is infection control, routine precautions, hand washing, and personal protective equipment, as well as confidentiality and privacy. The next part of this weekly schedule that you will see is just a test section. This column highlights what weeks in the course you will have tests related to the content and material. It also outlines what content the test will be on. So what you will notice is that you have your first test in this course in week 3. All of the tests for this course will be written in the tutorial portion of this class, which occurs again on your Monday mornings. Okay. So follow along with the flow sheet so that you can write down and put in your agenda what days your tests for this course are. The last column that you'll see is the NRC column. And this column really is what you are doing in lab. Okay, so while you won't have tutorial the first week, you will start your lab on the Thursday of week 1. And in lab that first week, you're really going to get an introduction to the lab. You're going to look at infection control, routine precautions, hand washing, and applying personal protective equipment. So it's really, really important that you either print this out or follow along really closely with the weekly schedule, because it will help you to understand what topics we're discussing in the course and whether there might be a test, or like you can see here in the lab component, in certain weeks you will have a critique where you'll be watched on your ability to demonstrate a particular skill, and they're highlighted in the NRC section as well. Okay. So the weekly schedule will take you all the way through from week 1 all the way through until the end of the term. What you will notice is that we will not have a tutorial on the Monday of Family Day, okay? And you will also have reading week where you will not have any classes. But any important tests or critiques are really noted on this weekly flow sheet. The other key thing about the flow sheet and the flow of this course that I want to point out is that in week 13, we're going to have an interprofessional collaboration. And what this means is that we're going to get together with another discipline within the college to really work at and collaborate in terms of working through a scenario. Okay, and the goal will really be, how do we work together as a team then to provide care? So we're going to be looking at skills that you've previously learned in the course and applying them in a team setting. Okay, what I would like to point out though is that given the schedules of different disciplines in the college, this IPE event may not run on your scheduled lab day. I am in the process of figuring out the day and will let you know early on in the term what day this will be so that you can book it in your calendar. As you continue to scroll down in the syllabus, you will see that there is information about the supplies that you're going to require for the lab, okay? So you should be reviewing and reading through this, as well as a little bit of information about the course delivery model and behavior and communication within the course. So please take the time to really look at and review the syllabus document. The other thing that I want to point out is that lab attendance for this course is absolutely mandatory. Any missed time in lab has to be made up, and there's a process for how this occurs. Okay, your safety in the clinical practice as you enter into that next term will really depend on your ability to master and safely perform your nursing skills. And so attendance at lab will help you to be able to do this. Okay, please read the missed lab policy and forms, because this is really important that you know these in advance of missing a lab. Okay, you need to, when you miss a lab, you need to notify your lab instructor as well as myself. Okay, you're going to need to then attend the open lab that happens the following Monday. So your labs are on Thursday, which means you would need to come prepared with a peer to practice the skill the following Monday at open lab. Okay. If you then miss a lab as well, you will also be required to attend a day in week 13 to demonstrate the competency of the skills that you missed in the missed lab. Okay. If you do not attend open lab and do not attend the week 13 competency demonstration, then you cannot be successful in this class. Okay. And if the criteria are not met at the end of the term, you will be required to take a refresher course. So if you miss one lab, you have to do the week 13 competency demonstration. Any more than one lab will require that you attend the skills refresher, which is a course that occurs after the term is over, and the cost of the course is needs to be covered by the student. Okay. So like I said, 2 missed labs requires that you attend open lab and as well do the refresher. And unfortunately, any more than missing 2 labs requires that you are unsuccessful in this course. Okay. So that's quite a quick overview of that guideline and that policy for attendance. Please read it very carefully so that you are aware of how it works in the case that you have to miss a lab. The other thing that I want to review about this course really is sort of the assignments and how you will be graded. Okay, so within this course, there will be what we call NRC skills critiques. Okay, and those are going to be 3 opportunities where you're going to demonstrate to your lab technologists your ability to safely perform the skill. Okay, so these will happen in week 4, week 7, and week 11. Okay, and you can see that the skill that is being critiqued is written right there, and it's also outlined in our weekly schedule that we discussed above. Okay. The skills technologist will go over this process with you in the lab setting. Okay, and you can see within the Blackboard site that there are the skills critique forms that you can take a look at as well. The other part that you get marks for in this class are what we call weekly quizzes. So as you noticed before in our weekly schedule, it outlines the topic that we're covering this week. And so you will be doing and completing readings, watching videos, and doing independent online work to learn that content. At the end of each week, then, there will be a weekly quiz that you need to complete that will help support your understanding of the course content. Okay. The due dates for these quizzes are Fridays at 5 p.m. Okay, and within Blackboard, there is a weekly schedule that tells you which day and which quiz is due each week. I will note for you that infection control, which is our week 1 topic, will have a quiz. This quiz does not contribute to the 10% of your grade. It's really more of a practice quiz to get you used to using the Blackboard site, getting into the quizzes and understanding what these kinds of questions might look like. The other component of this course that comprises 55% of your grade are the tests within the course. There are 3 tests throughout the term. There's 1 in week 3, 1 in week 6, and 1 in week 11. Okay, the content outlined for these tests are outlined in our weekly schedule on page 2 of the syllabus. These are comprised of multiple choice questions that you will then answer, and you will be given a grade based on your response. Then the final exam will be in week 14. Okay, this is where 35% of your mark, and it is a comprehensive final, which means that it will test on content from week 1 all the way to week 13 in the course. So that really are the evaluation strategies in this course. If you scroll down further, you will see that there are a description of each of these evaluation components. So please take the time again to review them so that you are very clear on what the expectations are. The other part that I really wanted to walk you through today was really our Blackboard site. Some of the challenges with this course I find is that students just getting used to where you have to go to find things, particularly because this is a hybrid course delivery. So really take the time to read your syllabus and then get comfortable with the Blackboard site, and it'll make the first few weeks of this course go more smoothly. So what you will see when you log into the Blackboard site is we have an announcement section. The announcement section will be where I post any information that you need to know to be successful in this course. If there's any changes to the schedule or there's any information that I want to post to you about a test, I will post it in the course announcement site. Okay, so please check there regularly. Generally, it does send you a email to notify you that I have posted something. Okay, the way that you move through the Blackboard site is you look to this left-hand side sort of table. Okay, the next thing after announcements that you'll see is faculty information. So this is my contact information. Please see my email. Okay. There is my extension for my phone, and my office is in M building up on the 3rd floor. Okay. I hold office hours to support you in your learning, and they are Thursdays from 12 till 2 by appointment only. So please book an appointment with me. Please don't struggle. Come and see me, ask questions. If you didn't do as well on a test as you wanted and you'd like to come and talk to me about it, I'm happy to book an appointment during that time to review that with you. Okay. The best way to get a hold of me is through email, and I try to respond within 24 to 48 hours. The next tab on the left-hand side is course information. And so what I've put here is access to your syllabus. So this is going to be where you're going to want to click to find your syllabus and review all of your course information about the course. I've also posted the course outline for you. Okay. The BSCN program handbook is also really important for students in their first semester of the program, so I put it there for you as well. And the last document that you'll see here is really that weekly quiz schedule. So I talked about those quizzes worth 10% of your mark that are due every Friday at 5 p.m. What you will see if you click on there is that it'll open up a Word document to show you what quiz you want to do. So that's the course information section. The next folder is your NRC skills folder. Okay. When you go into your weekly modules, which we'll talk about in a minute here, you're going to see that there's some videos that you can look at to watch the skills before you go to practice them in lab. So this document at the bottom here really just outlines the instructions for enrolling and the code that you need to put in to be able to access the video. So please take a look at that, as it's going to help support you in accessing the course material. The other folder is your NRC skills folder here. This really just outlines the process for the critique and the format. Okay, there's just a special note about hand hygiene that I wanted to clarify with you, so I've posted that there so you can take a look when we get to that topic. And then all of the critique evaluation forms are here. Okay, so you can take a look at those before you enter into your critique to really understand what it is that they're going to be evaluating you on, your ability to do. So that's the NRC skills folder. The next one is really the big learning area for this course. Each of the modules for each of the topics that are outlined within the course schedule are positioned within this folder. Okay, so for week 1, what you will see is the topic is infection control and confidentiality and privacy. So what you will do is you will come into the weekly learning modules, you will click on the topic that you need to see, and all of the learning material that you need for that week is outlined here. Okay, so what you will see is I've actually posted another screencast on the week 1 topic for you to view. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff that we would be doing in tutorial, but since we don't have it this week, I've posted that for you. Okay, then you will see really the learning goals of what it is that we're trying to help you to achieve. Okay, it then outlines, the readings and any sort of preparation that you need to do. Okay, and as part of your preparation for lab, you need to complete the NRC lab prep document. So what you can do is you can click on the following link. It will open up a Word document with a set of questions about the weekly readings that you need to answer to be ready for lab. And so what you need to do is you need to answer the questions. And what I recommend is that as you do your readings, that you have your NRC lab prep document open so that you can enter the answers to many of the questions because they will be found in the textbook. Okay? You then need to print that and bring that completed lab prep, and that is your ticket in the door for lab. That needs to be completed and brought to lab every week that you go. The other thing you'll see is just some videos, okay? And then within here, you'll see an Evolve Videos link. And these are really the videos, other videos that you can review to prepare yourself to perform the skill, okay? To be able to access the Evolve video links, again, I suggested that the document to access that is within the NRC skills folder. So that is the learning content. You need to work through all of the learning content in order to be prepared. And what I've also done for you is when there is a weekly quiz, I've sort of put a prompt in here just to highlight to you to go and take a look at that. So that's our weekly learning folder. When you do need to complete a weekly quiz, you will enter into the weekly quiz section. Okay, you will click on the quiz that you need to complete and follow the instructions to complete it. Please be aware that the quizzes for all of our modules are open now, so you can go in and complete them at any time. They just need to be completed and submitted by the due date, the week that they're due. There are absolutely no extensions for any of the quizzes because you can complete them at any time, so please do not request one. This folder here will my grades is where you will see your grades posted. So once you have completed your quizzes, you can then go in and look at where your grade is in terms of that quiz. And as you progress in the course, once we get to the different tests, I will post the grades within your grade section of Blackboard. The last thing I just want to highlight is some additional resources. Okay, so this really is if you're looking for additional things, if you want to access the e-version of your textbook, there's some useful resources in that section. So that really is our course Blackboard shell. I hope you can take some time to really get comfortable and used to it. And if you have questions about that or the syllabus, I'm happy to answer it at our next tutorial. But I want to welcome you all to the program, and I really look forward to meeting you all in the new year.